Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. I am Matt. Hope you're all doing well. Today, we are going to check out the Fetch Pro Kit by Smok. It's not Smok, it's Smok. But someone's still going to tell me I'm wrong in the comments. Now, what this is an AIO device. It takes their RPM coils and RGC coils and a replaceable 18650 battery. Let's dive into it. This is what your packaging is going to look like. So inside you will have a user manual, a warranty card, and a battery warning card. Your device, two different pods. The red here is for the RGC coils and the black here is for RPM coils. And finally, a USB-C charging and upgrade cable. So here is your device. The frame here feels like zinc alloy, and this one has a glossy finish. I just got two of these orange ones, so I'm not sure if some of the others are going to have more of a matte style frame, like on the original Fetch or Fetch Mini, I believe this one's called. You know, I like that finish better than this glossy finish, but we've seen Smok do this finish on quite a few devices. But the panels here look like the Fetch Mini, but they are a bit rounded on the edges there. And you can see from a top-down view, it's a little bit contoured. It says Fetch Pro, designed by Smok. That's an airflow inlet. That's an airflow inlet. There's your screen. This is the same thing on this side. USB-C charging port right there, and that is 2 amp charging. On this side, you have nothing. On this side, you have a fire bar. You got to hit it close to the top. Your battery gets installed from the bottom there. From the top, you have your 2 contacts, and that is where your pod sits. Now, here are the pods. This is the RGC pod. It does have a 510 drip tip, and you could use your own 510s in this. Some will look good, some won't. Some of the wider ones might look a little funky, but the tip it comes with is Delrin, and it's pretty comfortable. Pretty wide bore on that, though. If you're using one of the MTL RPM coils, you might want to swap it out. Now, on the base there, you do have the airflow control that we've seen with the RGC coils, like on the RPM 80. And these coils are press fit. And this one that comes pre-installed is the conical mesh design. I believe they're using Next Mesh in this. RGC, 0.17, 40 to 80 watts. Same coil we saw with the RPM 80. Now, I already have this installed in my other device, so we're not going to put this one together right now. But when you put it back together, you want to line those flat sides up with where that black little tab is and just push it on in. And then you have AFC. Fill port right there. Now, the other one is for the RPM coils, also press fit. Now, this does have an airflow control. It's a bit tight, but the RPM 80 did not have this, if you remember. And it's not super noticeable. I've tested this out. When you go to like close it down like that, you get a little bit of restriction, but it's not much. So I wouldn't be thinking that you're just going to be able to close this down to, you know, nothing. If you want to use this in MTL mode, I would use one of the RPM MTL specific coils, which is not this one that comes with it. The one that comes with it is the 0.40 mesh, best at 25 watts. This is more of a restricted long hit coil. So I'm going to use some of the unsalted blueberry morning here in 6 milligram. Put a couple drops down from the top. And take the coil. You see that flat edge right there? It needs to line up with the black plastic edge right there. Take your coil, push it on in. All right, then you can adjust the airflow if you want, but like I said, it doesn't make a huge difference. Let's go ahead and fill this, 4.3 mLs of liquid. And then we will close it on up. Now, you can't fill this pod in place because that fill port does get hidden. It goes in like that. All right, so I would say the fill port on the RPM 80 is a little bit easier. It's on the top here, if you remember. Now, let's go ahead and put a battery in. Open that guy up. It's marked negative right there. And there's a plus down inside there. Not sure if you're going to be able to see it. So we'll take our 18650 battery, put it in, take this door, push down and over. There we go. A little bit of a tight fit there. Definitely not going anywhere once it's in there. That door fits nice and snug. And I'm not hearing any rattle. Let's turn it on, 5 clicks. And it's basically the same layout that we've seen on the RPM 80, the RPM 40, so on and so forth. 1 watt increments. And this one also goes up to 80 watts like the RPM 80. round robins to 5 watts. On that home screen, it says Smok, your battery bar, your wattage, your voltage is going to show right there, your resistance, a lock unlock, seconds puffed, and a puff counter. Now, if you press the fire button and the right button, that changes your color. Okay, fire button and the left button, puff clear. You want to do that kind of quick though. Notice it fires while you're pressing both buttons. And I don't know if that's like a firmware thing or what, because I don't remember it doing it like that on the other ones. Maybe I'm mistaken. 3 clicks on the fire bar. Locked. The whole thing is going to be locked. Left button and right button. Wattage locked, but you can still fire. Something else I've also noticed with this on both my devices is that it has a little bit of a little buzz. You might not be able to hear it. I don't know if you can hear that. It's a little bit of a buzz when you go to fire it. You can barely hear it when you're vaping it, but it is noticeable. All right, so that's pretty much it. Same interface as like the RPM 80s, RPM 40s, just a different form factor. More of that box mod form factor.